Hi everyone, Daisy here with a layout share for January of 2020. It's coming up a little late because, to be honest, I didn't realize that January was over. I mean, I did, but I didn't, like I wrote the date, but it didn't actually sink into to me that I, was running late on a couple of things. So anyhow, layout share. So this first layout was for the telephone game Hop over on Secret Not Secret Kit Club. And I got to scrap lift Moira, and her layout was beautiful colors. All the colors I have, I tried to pull from her layout. I did flip her layout a little bit, so I think hers was more like this, and so I turned it on its side, which is actually how the original ended up. There is a video for this one, so you can go back and check that out. But I just was able to use up a bunch of scraps and cardstock. I did some fussy cutting here, which I hate doing, but it was necessary because I love how it turned out. And then I even colored some thickers to make them work for my project. I really love this layout a lot. Next was this layout for Cardstock Warehouse and Spiegel Mom Scraps. We were doing a collab this month, and so we were working with the Be My Valentine paper pack. I also added in some white cardstock and some black cardstock from my scrap bin of Cardstock Warehouse cardstock. I used these gorgeous sequins, and I can't think of what they're called right now, but beautiful shades of pink. They came with these wood veneer hearts, which I loved. I added in some more of the white cardstock hearts left over from the viewfinders, and yeah, I really love this layout a lot. Next up, I did this layout also for Spiegel Mom Scraps and Cardstock Warehouse. The background paper is Sweet Tooth cardstock, and I stamped on it multiple times using a 6x6 stamp from Hero Arts. Back to my photo with some cardstock, and then these are actually cut out of a pattern paper from Pink Paisley using a butterfly cut file from Spiegel Mom Scraps. It's a free cut file that's available in the shop. And then I just added a whole bunch of sequins just to make it pretty and shiny. I am sorry if my lights are a little washing things out a little bit. I tried to fix it. This is my third time trying to record this video, and this is kind of the best I can do. I'm not sure what is going on. I'm thinking it's got to be my camera, but I can't figure out what, so I'm just pushing on. Then I had this layout for Paper Issues. I did this live in their fans and fans. The Paper Issues Facebook group where all of the challenges are, and this was for the Vintage Scrap Lift Challenge. And so I used my layout, which originally was kind of more of this design. It's called Crimp Crazy. It's from 2014. It's not one of my original layouts, but it was something I could easily find a photo of, so that was kind of more important for me at the time, and I wanted something simple. So I used a lot of crepe paper here. This is, I think, the La La Love collection. This is from All Heart, I believe. And yeah, I just kind of layered things up, popped some things up, and then just documented these cute little photos from my daughter, actually from this year already. We just went to Walmart and we're playing around with this cute little octopus on her head. There is a video, like I said, in the Facebook group for that. This one is for Spiegel Mom Scraps, and this was for the Scrap Lift Challenge. Danny had done a gorgeous peacock feather, and there's no way I was going to be able to recreate it, so I decided to kind of take it, use the colors, and take things that reminded me of her layout, but do it in my own way, which is totally fine because that's what scrap lifting is about. So I used a bunch of mists on the background here, and this cardstock is Cardstock Warehouse. So it did, I didn't prep it at all, so it warped a tiny bit, but as soon as I put it in my album, I don't think it's going to be warped at all. It's also warped because it's sitting on something that's pretty dimensional, so when it dried, it was you know, not flat, which was my fault. So this cut file's from the cut shop. I used shimmers and Heidi Swap spray on the background. I used a lot of the Horizon collection, and then just some thickers from my stash, and a bunch of sequins, of course. These are some of my most favorite colored sequins. I love those like turquoise and teal ones. This one, sorry, my dog is kind of coughing right now, trying to decide what's going on. She just woke up falling off the couch, and I think she might have almost thrown up a little bit. Okay, so anyhow, sorry about that. This is for paper issues for something. I can't remember what challenge this is for, but it was a lot of fun. I created these, oh, it was for the Go-Go Gadgets. And I created these fun pinwheels using my scoreboard. And I think I combined this with something else. I think it was for everyday inspiration too. So, yeah, because there was a spiral staircase. That's what it was. So I used wood grain paper, which looks a lot like the spiral staircase. It had this wrought iron railing on it, so I thought that the black lions did that. And yeah, everything was from paper issues, so it fit with their Go-Go Gadgets challenge as well. So there's a video for this up. There are a couple of layouts missing. Both of them actually were for Confessions of a Paper Addict, but my daughter has those hanging up in her room on her wall, so I don't have them to show you. But there are videos for each of them, so you can go back and look in my January videos for, or look at my playlist for Confessions of a Paper Addict, and you'll find them in there. This actually was for February 1st, so yeah, it went up already, but I'll show this in my February one. But this was for the boho release. I went up on my channel on the 31st because it was for February 1st. So maybe I'll just leave it here. It was for February 1st in New Zealand time, which is still January 31st here. So I used the String of Feathers cut file from the new boho release, and it's gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. And I used 2 different colors of cardstock. This is the Pink Lemonade, I believe, and this is Soft Gray, I think is what it's called. And then I also used the Grow Your Garden cut file to cut out all these floral pieces out of a Cocoa Vanilla paper. And then I also used my Picscan mat to cut out all of these little butterflies. And then I just added some sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and yeah, I love how this turned out. Like I like the softness of it. Now this one, completely the opposite from that one, right? So this was from my Facebook Live for paper issues from January 30th, I believe. So that's available again in the Facebook group. You can click on the videos tab up at the top and you should be able to find it. And I used this Amy Tangerine paper, and I wanted to match it. So I pulled my Vicki Boutin watercolor markers out of my stash and just did some messy stripes in rainbow because I wanted it to be like rainbow overload, or rainbow vomit is what I called it. And then I matched it with some Jelly Bean Soup Rainbow Roux die cuts, which aren't available at Paper Issues anymore. However, pretty much I think all of the shapes I used from that are available on the stamp set, which is still available. So you have that option as well. My youngest daughter here, I used some cut files, just some little like hashtaggy cut files, just for a little added like white, because I felt like I had a lot of color. I needed some just white. These are from the Doodlebug I Pick You ephemera pack, just some hearts. Again, I wanted something neutral, and then I used pom-poms from my stash to separate the two parts, and because I love pom-poms. So yeah, so let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I got 10 layouts done for the month of January, which isn't bad. It's not as much as I was doing, but I've been, you know, just struggling with some things, so it's been a little difficult getting into it, but I'm trying to get better. It's a lot to do with winter. I just, you know, it's hard to function in winter. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will leave a link to my past layout shares and album flip throughs playlist down below. And yeah, have a great day. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would be fantastic if you aren't already a subscriber. And I will see you again next time. Bye.